Hey, it's Dave Gerhardt. I spent my career in marketing going from PR intern to CMO, and now I spend my time running Exit 5, which is, in my opinion, at least the world's best community for B2B marketers. If you need a place to connect with your peers, get feedback on your work, or just make new friends in marketing, you should go and check us out. It's exit5.com. You can learn more.
This episode is brought to you by our friends at Vector. You know them, the ones with the cute little ghosties in the feed, aka your favorite marketing team's favorite ad targeting tool. See why at vector.co.
Whoa, welcome to Notorious B2B.
What's up? Episode 53. Let's go.
Is it really 53?
We're going with the 53. That's the new count. We're skipping one.
All right.
So perfect. 53 minus 1. Okay. We have actually a beefier docket than I thought we would have today.
Okay. Anything you're excited about?
Yes. Nothing related to the docket. Only the stuff that I have done for Notorious B2B. So I've been on a vibe coding tear, as you would say.
Yeah, you have.
Tear the last couple of weeks. Sometimes I just get the itch and I just want to build stuff out. So I was like, you know what? We're going to do the 2 websites for each podcast and we're just going to launch it. So if you have been listening to our new podcast, The Marketer's Exit, plug, where we do a lot of BTS on going solo as a marketer, go check that out. Also go to themarketersexit.com and I vibe coded a anonymous question block where you can ask questions that you don't want anyone to know that you're the one asking it. You don't want your bosses to see, whatever. Ask, we'll cover it on the show. That's one. Very proud of it. I also have the
hang on.
What?
No. Can you just explain when you did it and how you did it? What were you doing at the same exact time?
What do you mean? What was I doing?
You said you vibe coded while working out and listening to the Notorious B2B podcast for edits. So you did 3 things at once, all before like 7 a.m.
Yes. I texted Tim.
Flex.
I texted Tim and I said, it was like 7 a.m. and I'm like, here's the marketersexit.com website. Happy birthday and Merry Christmas or something like that. He's like, yes, okay. And I said, yeah, I just got an itch this morning and I was doing my usual 5 a.m. workout. I was reviewing on Notorious B2B episode 52 that's out. So I always listen to that one that our editor sends her any notes. And while I was listening to that and in between sets, I'm just vibe coding and building our Marketer's Exit website, coming up with things to put on there. Also did the Notorious B2B website right after the Marketer's Exit website. Only hooked up one though. One is to be live. By the time this comes out, our Notorious B2B website should be live. Please go look it up. I don't remember I've owned the domain for like 3 years now, but I think it's just notoriousb2b.com.
Yeah.
I'll have to check.
It's a seasoned domain.
Yeah, but since you listen to our podcast, you get first view of it since it's not live yet. But I wanted to share for everybody here, since we love to share BTS stuff that you probably don't care about. How many people are skipping, you think, retention rate right now?
This is on you, by the way. Our retention rate's on you right now.
Okay, maybe you guys can help us settle a debate because I showed Tim the podcast and we did some positioning exercises here. We don't want to be associated necessarily with TMZ, SNL, whatever. Maybe a little bit, maybe a little drama. It's fine. But we want to basically be the ones that bring you B2B news, but not in a boring way. Some stats, whatever, all our episodes linking to the YouTube ones, testimonials, standard. I'm the landing page person, right? I got this. Some descriptions about who we are. You'll notice we have little Easter eggs with the language because Notorious B2B is very 90s, 2000s, Notorious BIG coded. And so you will see things like the fam for our sponsors, the squad, things like that, cute things. We also have a newsletter that we're trying to collect names now or emails now and eventually launch that. But that'll basically be a docket list that we'll send out, things that we don't get to cover on the show, but also things that we covered. And Tim thinks for the sponsor section, I should just link to the deck and he's like, go ahead and gate the deck. And I'm like, this is the worst.
Not just link. I'm not saying just link. Both. What? Do both. I say do both and then gate it, but not like we don't want your email. We want you to subscribe.
subscribe,
subscribe, and then you'll get the deck, or not, and then you still get the deck. It's fine.
Okay.
It's all cool. It's all good.
Okay. So we just want to see
options here.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you like us, subscribe to a newsletter and get the deck. If you don't like us, you can just get the deck. Is that like how we're going to position it? That'd be freaking hilarious.
Yeah, and just tell us they don't like us, and then we can.
I don't even think
add you to.
I don't even think the deck needs to go on here because I literally have the entire deck in website form. But Tim thinks that it's easier to send around. So you let us settle this debate. Send us a message. Tell me whether I should link to the deck or whether the website one pager is sufficient enough. If I put pricing on here to be done with, what do you think? Let us know.
Let us know. But all I'm saying is once you're going to get DMs, be like, do you have a deck? And we're like, oh, yeah, I should have just did that. What Tim told me to do.
To be fair, and in Tim's defense, everyone that we have sold Notorious B2B sponsorships to so far have received a deck. But that's also because we never had a website. And for my landing page business, I can't tell you the last time I sold someone with a deck. I've always just linked to the website and been like, the website has the process, the pricing, and testimonials. Here you go. Bye. And I've closed a lot of deals that way.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay.
That's fair.
All right. Let's get into the docket.
Urgent all hands.
Starting with the most shocking. I was like, what?
This thing blew my mind.
Yeah.
All right.
So go for it.
Moltbook. Anyone else? I hope you remember that. This is literally a month ago when it went viral.
First of all, they're all like muddling together. Open Claw, Moltbook, Molt Claw, Molten Claw, whatever.
Yeah, it's all a bunch of. It sounds like Pokemon these days.
Yeah, explain.
It's really crazy.
Explain to the people what Moltbook is. Remind everybody.
So Moltbook came out around the very same time as Claudebot, but it's basically the social network for AI agents. So essentially, it was basically a Facebook for AI agents, and there was a lot of conversations in there around like selling humans or not like selling humans, but can I get a human body, and like just these weird things about like, and some of it wasn't that crazy. Like some of these I'm just reading right now, before and after giving your agent a failure budget, and it's like agents get talking to each other on this kind of platform. The speculation has always been, is that even real? Is it just people giving prompts? I'm pretty sure it's just people giving prompts and it's just kind of back and forth. But the big urgent all hands here is this Moltbook, which I'm quite positive was vibe coded because it has all the inklings of vibe coding, was acquired. Like I'm telling you, it went viral like January 31st, and it's been not even 2 months, and it was acquired by Meta.
For how much?
It doesn't. It sounds like, again, it's kind of like a Claudebot, whereas a acquihire, but so it doesn't have like an acquisition cost. It doesn't have that, but it was acquired by Meta. How crazy is this? Vibe code, get acquired.
Okay, first of all, as clearly a big vibe coder myself, that would be the dream. Imagine if I vibe coded something and someone wanted to buy it from me. You would never see me again. You would be running this show by yourself. Just kidding. I would never leave you. But that would be the dream, especially if it was a troll, which clearly wasn't this a troll? Like all these agents talking to each other was supposed to be like a big joke. Imagine getting paid a shit ton of money for a joke. That is the epitome of the human food chain in my mind.
Literally 42 days after it was launched, it got acquired. Again, doesn't have a figure amount on there, but Meta's share price did go up, coincidentally, 1.3%, 1.37% right after
they announced this.
Yeah,
really.
But what are we on? What are we doing?
Okay, I have to tell you this funny story that happened at the bus stop. So and it's related to this. Okay. I promise you, there's a punchline here. But there's this little girl and her dad, Nate, who he comes to the bus stop. No matter what the weather is, he's not dressed appropriately for it. So it is like freezing and he's wearing shorts and then socks and sandals. And the kids at the bus stop all make fun of him. They're like, oh my God, where are your pants? And he's like, no, these are my pants. And it's just leg hair. And he's like, these are what my pants look like. So he makes all these dad jokes with them. We all laugh. And then, his daughter goes, well, daddy said that he can do whatever he wants and he can dress how he wants because he's a grown up. And we all at the bus stop were joking around about how that's probably the problem with the world, is that all us grown-ups can do whatever we want, and sometimes they are not the smartest decisions. And I feel like this is one of those situations. It's like, we're grown-ups, we can do whatever the f we want. So you want to buy a vibe coded tool? Apparently Meta has enough money to do that, so go forth and conquer, I guess.
It's called giving adults. Wait, no. It's called giving adult kids big boy money or something. There's like that phrase. It's like you give like, you know what I'm talking about. That's how silly it
Sure.
is. I personally think it's just a marketing ploy for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't love it. I don't get it. To be fair, a lot of Meta is now just, Facebook and Instagram, just bots talking to each other anyway. So there is like that. So maybe it's just kind of helping their bots talk to each other. Isn't like half of it like bots these days? Like, isn't that like the whole thing?
I think you can buy a lot of bot stuff, but people say that about LinkedIn too. You can buy bot followers. We've been in the LinkedIn world for a while. Where can I buy these bot followers? Please tell me where I can buy followers, because I'm yet to come across. Really?
Yeah.
Where? From where? Is there a
I don't
marketplace?
have a site, but like there's tons of sites. Like I've seen the Instagram follower ones that you can buy, but I think LinkedIn's on those same sites.
Okay.
Like I've seen those websites.
Okay, well, yeah. So that's where I'm like, okay, whatever. My thing is, outside of maybe a marketing ploy, because Moltbook did get a lot of buzz online, and this is a way for Meta to like latch onto that rocket ship, and then if the rocket ship dies, it's fine. They got kind of some of the brand equity, but it's like people know who Meta is, so like they know what Meta is. So I feel like what is it really a brand play? What truly is the long-term goal, or what's the goal in general, even short-term goal with that, other than, okay, we're just gonna latch onto a viral moment? There's like no agenda.
I mean, it's probably just an Aquahair or something like that, which
Yeah.
it still makes no sense to me.
So the Guardian says that it signals an intense talent race between Meta and OpenAI. So it's like a competition thing. They're all the billionaires are just like competing with each other. It's all one big giant dick measuring contest. The piece highlights the vibe coding origins of the platform, security controversies, and preceded the sale. We don't even know what's going to go through, but I mean, I guess we'll see.
It was probably bought for like $10,000, something like that.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
you think?
Right.
It's not like this thing had advertising on it.
Okay, would you and I have bought it for $10,000? We could have easily bought it for $10,000.
Okay, maybe $100,000. But again, like in comparison, like what is that to them?
Yeah,
that's Meta. That's like it's a second of advertising, like tops.
We'll find out what the agenda is, but it's not very clear to me, because I don't think it's a brand play, because again, Meta doesn't need the brand play. Like we all know what it is, and it's not like this lends positively to the brand. So it's not like, oh, it's a feel good, like we went and bought millions of starving kids meal kits. Like it's not that kind of, like that's the kind of brand play they probably need to do that would win some favor, but that's not what they're doing here. So I don't, outside of what the Guardian said, which is just this talent race between billionaires, like there is zero. It is what you mentioned with the Playboy money situation. It's like we have the money and we're effing around. It's FU money. And this is literally it.
It's OpenAI buys Cloudbot, we buy Moltbook.
Yeah, but they're like not even the same. It's like buying the
they're not.
Redheaded
they went viral at the same time.
Child. Yeah. Okay.
They went viral at the same time, so it's a tit for tat thing like that.
Annoying. Okay, moving on to big prompt energy.
Big prompt energy.
Okay, so now just today, I've seen like 3 or 4 articles about this. Everyone's racing to be featured on LLM search, right? Like I want to be featured. I don't know if you still advise for the same company that I was advising for that has now pivoted to AI search. Noble. Were you doing Noble?
Oh, yeah. I'm still on LinkedIn. I am.
Yeah, on LinkedIn I am. So I know that they made the pivot when I talked to them, and they were kind of showing me some of the technology around that. And now there are other companies that also do this AI search thing, right? Like they specialize in helping you show up on AI search. And it's all about citations, like how many times you're cited across the internet. AI scrapes that and it says, oh, this company is mentioned this many times, probably legit, okay? Being the keyword. and then they
Mhm.
show that to the users. But now all the shit's coming out about it, because one thing that I saw was it's basically going back to SEO backlinks back in the day, where it's like, we just got to have links featured everywhere and people need to be like featuring us. So it's doing that. We're just doing that from an LLM standpoint. But Emma Loker,
Great name.
Emma, look
Looker.
here.
I'm a looker.
Yeah. Look here. Okay. I am horrified, she says. ChatGPT's most cited website is Wikipedia, the source that anyone can edit, is not considered a reliable source, and students are banned from using it in many schools. Some of the entries are deliberately misleading, and many are inaccurate and out of date. And while LLMs like ChatGPT aren't considered therapy, they're being used as such by those with mental health difficulties. So it says 63% of LLMs, 63% use LLMs for personal advice, 56% use it to improve their mood, 73% use it for anxiety management. I'm so worried and angered by what is happening right now. This is what happens when risks aren't assessed, well-being isn't thought about until too late, and regulations aren't put in place to protect people. And then she has a screenshot here with prompt watch, that's the watermark on it, but it basically says, based on prompt watch data from Jan 1st to January 31st, 2026. So like 30 days of data. That's it, which is weird, right? Isn't that weird? It's only 30 days. Citations tracked from real prompt responses using ChatGPT search when triggered in the UI. So Wikipedia is the first source. Reddit is the second. So using Reddit too is so interesting to me, because Reddit is like also just going to be a lot of opinions, but it's basically community driven, right? So it's not always accurate. You're going to take it with a grain of salt. Okay, the super interesting one here is, before you see Forbes and like literally, I'm trying to look, Gartner is way in the bottom, Business Insider. So before you see any news publications, it's Wikipedia, Reddit, and LinkedIn. And the LinkedIn thing is super interesting to me, because I also saw another report by Profound that said LinkedIn is being sourced in search. And I actually have seen this in LLMs, where they're like, if you look up something about landing pages or something, one of my posts could show up in there as like a source. Anyway, what are your thoughts on this?
I don't think there's a good. I'm pretty sure Reddit was one of the most cited ones for a while. Then YouTube was like, I think it keeps going back and forth. Like it keeps changing. The problem with that is I don't think Wikipedia is any worse than Reddit and YouTube.
No.
Or LinkedIn.
No, but here's what I'm thinking. So she's horrified that the LLMs are doing this, right?
Okay.
But Google search has been this forever.
Yeah, exactly.
Google, you search for anything on Google, it now will prioritize Reddit posts, because Reddit's like the second largest or third largest search engine after Google and YouTube or something like that. Something crazy. It's like the third place. And then Google will also source Wikipedia and also source LinkedIn. So this is, again, the only time it becomes a problem is if someone is asking for a prompt, you get an output back and it doesn't give you the source and you just take it verbatim. But for the most part, at least Gemini and stuff will give you like the link of where they're getting that information from, even if it's from your own notes. So I feel like we're getting to the place where they're going to start sourcing stuff. But if they're not, you should be asking it to source stuff. And like, again, use your best judgment, for this stuff. Again, as I said 1,000 times before, the highest risk are older generations and younger generations with this stuff.
Yes, maybe. Because I just think the post is just like, I get where she's coming from, but we've all been using Google. Like you said, we've all been using Google and Wikipedia as the truth of everything anyway.
Yeah, this is what
it's always been something. Everything comes from something, and the internet is just a bunch of half lies and half truths. It's literally what it is. That's why you cannot just use AI in general just as the source of truth for anything. That's why you can't just automate everything. That's why all those LinkedIn posts are absolute crap.
Yeah.
About automating everything.
The other thing is, even if it's a legitimate website, if we're talking about all B2B websites where they do comparison charts, HubSpot versus Salesforce. Okay, even though that's not Reddit, Wikipedia, whatever, companies can create these pages, put absolute bullshit on them, right? And then where's it going to get the information from? So sometimes we blame the LLMs, but the LLMs are only as good as the inputs. And the inputs are twofold in this case. One, the input of our prompts, and two, the input of the information that's available across the internet. It's an aggregator. You know what I mean? It's not necessarily like, it's not just, well, it does make shit up, but it's making shit up based on information that exists. And this is the information that exists, right?
And where do you think that information comes from?
Yeah, all the bullshit that we put in.
No.
What?
It comes from humans.
Yeah, it comes from
And humans are literally wrong every single time, every second, all the time.
every single time. We are wrong all the time.
We are the worst. We're the best.
Worst.
We are also the best.
We are the best.
We're also the worst.
Yes, this is true. This is very true.
We make shit up on here clearly. Like, we don't know what we're talking about anything. And LLMs are probably getting that.
Wait.
And they're just coming up with stuff.
Speaking of, you know what's not on the docket? What Kaylee Edmondson made us do yesterday. And I feel like this is a good time to bring it up.
Okay. All right.
Right? Because you were like,
yeah.
you were like, humans are full of shit and they're always doing this dumb shit, putting these LinkedIn posts out there saying, do these things, jump through these hoops to get my asset that's mediocre. And Kaylee sent us a text yesterday saying, guys, I need you to go sign up for this thing. I need 3 emails to sign up to unlock access to this like Claude skill course thing. And both of us were like, you're joking, right? Like, have you not listened to us a single fucking time on this podcast? And she's like, she was being 1000% serious.
Oh, yeah. And she did it.
She did it. I said, I'll do it after I had an appointment. So I was like, I'll do it after my appointment. You did it right away. And she's like, fine. And she went and found a third one because I wasn't responding fast enough for her to unlock access to this thing.
And she got it.
She got it. Did she give it to you?
Yeah. I looked at it like.
And?
I don't have a good sense to know if it's good or not, but like it looks like everything else I've ever seen of these prompts that you can get anywhere.
Yeah.
I will say what I did first off is just copy and paste it and put it into Google because I was positive that it was just ripped from something. It wasn't.
Okay.
So that was fine. But a lot of these things are. But then she did say like she's been going through it and it gave her like 7 of them. And like the first one she put in, which is the good thing is that it did like it's a whole thing where you have to like ask you a bunch of questions to like understand the context.
Yeah.
She spent like an hour on it. And it's like I hate that because you don't even know if it's going to be good or not. Like I just hate all this. Like I don't know. I just keep going back for it because I hate everything's such a game for everyone to like gate things. It's just like
yes,
all these prompts are the same, but they're not because they're all different.
What I'm worried for her because she also texted us later in the day and said, "I have now spent 1 hour just on skill 1 answering these questions," and I'm like, Kaylee, what if you put in all this time and then the output is some bullshit? You're going to be so mad that you spent the time doing this when time is what at least she and I, kind of optimize for, like with life and business. I don't have fucking 8 hours to give to building the skill. I'd be pissed. That's like when I did that brand deal with that one company and it was to talk about how great their product was and their product made me redo my work 3 times. I was pissed. Yeah. So.
As you should be.
Yeah. Okay. What's next?
Moving on.
Hey there, Jess Cook, head of marketing at Vector here. And anyone who listens to Tass and Tim on Notorious B2B is a friend of mine. So I'm going to hold your hand while I say this. Native targeting is filling your funnel with ghosts. Wouldn't you rather put your ad dollars toward, I don't know, people on your website, clicking your ads, researching your competitors? I know I would. Vector lets you build ad audiences from those exact people. Unlike native targeting, which gatekeeps that shit. Only letting you pick like some titles and industries and then just trusting them to show your ads to the right people. Boo. Okay. Rant over, go to vector.co and get your ad audiences right.
So recent post here from Sara McNamara. McNamara. Sorry. Okay. Sorry. She says, so there's a GIF here. Someone's screaming, but basically she says, everyone on LinkedIn, I just connected HubSpot to Claude and vibe coded 5 dashboards, exclamation points. Comment vibe to look at how I set this up. Not mentioned, and then she puts in parentheses, not mentioned for a tiny org of 1 to 5 people or the entire thing is fake altogether. And then under RevOps reality, can't connect Claude and HubSpot for a company-wide org without giving all users write access into CRM app, marketing app automation platform. Can't do any real permissioning whatsoever, all while everyone is on LinkedIn screaming for access because of what they see on LinkedIn and everywhere else. And it's obviously a GIF of someone screaming like they're mad, obviously.
Wait, it's the Mean Girls. It's
I did
Mean
not know that.
Girls. It's a GIF of Mean Girls where she comes in screaming after she discovers that she was being fed, fattening cakes or whatever to make her gain weight. So yeah. Anyway, okay.
Good context. Great context. Regardless, it's another gated trap that makes everything look pretty. I don't hate these posts.
I know.
But it's true.
But it's so true because they sell you on the dream. Then you realize you actually can't implement it. That's hilarious that the ability didn't even exist there. And it's funny because if you go through the comments in that post, people are actually defending it, saying, yeah, but it's coming. Like the integration or whatever, it's coming. It's happening.
Okay.
And everyone's like,
Cool.
Okay, but it doesn't exist now. So how are you selling something that doesn't give you like the permission levels yet? And then the other thing is, we talked about this last time. I have clients or prospects or companies I talk to, they're not even allowed to use AI note takers on calls. So when I send them the recording and the transcript, they love it because they don't have that. So they are like literally taking physical notes while I have my AI note taker. I send them the transcript later, and sometimes they tell me they're like, oh my God, that is so helpful. And I'm like, I'm sorry that you can't use it. They're like, yeah, IT won't let us install it, or we can't use those on our account, like our company account. So it's like, you can sell these dreams all you want, but like you're going to run through so many roadblocks and red flags inside your company trying to implement any of this shit, any of it.
Yeah, I'm literally just got done with this. I was working with a client, been working together for like 2 to 3 months. I finally just got CRM access because we had to go through a whole thing. We had to, and I have signed NDAs. I'm a contractor. Like I went through the whole process. I had to get an email from their company so I can actually do the login. Like I had to sign stuff, like give them more information. This took like 3 months to get me the access. You think they're just going to let HubSpot and Claude integrate like that? No shot.
No shot.
No shot.
No shot. When
this was NDA.
This was pre-AI, and when Graham, my paid partner, and I were working together, he was agency side, I was the client. We had all the NDAs, all the contracts were signed, confidentiality agreements, everything was done. Did he ever have access to our Salesforce or Marketo? Hell no. So you know what we had to do? Bring in manual sheets. I would download reports manually on Excel, and I'd have to take off the first and last names, any PII, and then I would share my screen with him. I wasn't even allowed to share the document with him. Share my screen, and we would go through lead information like that and set exclusions. That was my weekly. That was my Tuesday. That was every Tuesday we would do that. So yeah, there's, sometimes where we get so caught up in are we moving too slow, AI, yada, yada. But companies will make sure that you move slower just because they have a lot of red tape.
Well, and rightly so for some of these things.
Yeah. I mean, how many breaches have we covered? How many AI hallucinations have we covered? How many data misrepresentations have we covered? Hell yeah, I would too. Like, shut that shit down. Not my business though. Right now, it's fucking free reign.
It's not even just about the company, right? Like, yes, the company might have red tape, but they also work with companies with red tape, especially if they're working in these regulated industries. Nah, that's not good. That is not good. You're screwed if anything happens. But LinkedIn post.
Yep.
Great for LinkedIn posts.
Great for LinkedIn posts. Great for all the commenting. Okay. Moving on here. Okay. So March 8th was International Women's Day. And I must say, I did not get a wish from you. So what do you have to say for yourself?
Oh, damn. I'm a birthday guy.
Oh, really? Okay. When's my birthday?
Big birthday guy. We already went through it. We did it on one of the episodes, actually. So.
When's my birthday, though?
It was one of the episodes. I know
okay.
That.
And what'd you do for my birthday?
So it was on a Thursday, for sure. I know that.
We might have recorded on a Wednesday that week. It may have been a TME episode.
No, we definitely did not.
Okay. Tim's making shit up. You did not send me a message for International Women's Day. Every other guy in my life did, just so you know. I'm just kidding. Actually, not a
Your birthday
single.
was December 4th.
Oh, shit. That was pretty fast. I give you that.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. Pretty good. How'd you figure that out?
Apple Notes.
Oh, okay. All right. Apple Notes, huh? All right. I actually don't know when
You put it in the docket. Happy birthday to me on December 4th.
I did put it in the docket.
That's why I don't say happy birthday.
That is so classic me. Like, I'm going to put my fucking birthday in the docket. Okay. So, anyway, just FYI to all the men listening, I'm waiting for my belated International Women's Day text to tell me what incredible women, how incredible women are, and me especially. Thank you. Not a single one of you did. Not a single one.
Venmo. Just tell them your Venmo.
My Venmo is GTASWAN, expecting lots of little gifts and coffees. Thank you. Okay. So obviously, LinkedIn was sprinkled with posts about International Women's Day. There was someone making fun of the fact that there was a prompt. Did you see a prompt in LinkedIn under the write a post? There was a prompt that said, "For it's International Women's Day, celebrate a woman who's been like a mentor or inspired you." Did you get that, or did they only target women with that?
I don't remember it.
I bet you it was only women, and it wasn't even all women. So that was an interesting prompt. So some women had an issue with that one because they were like, well, why can I celebrate them any other day? Why just today or whatever, which cool. Okay. But there were also a lot of men who were writing about it, and that's fine. I love me some allies. Some of them, they were like worried that they were virtue signaling. So like send me a post like, hey, is this okay and appropriate for me to say? And I was like, yeah, that one's cool. So I think there's like a little bit of fear too. It's like, I want to talk about it, but am I saying anything about it? Which you actually, when we were going through the docket, you were like, Tass, let me take International Women's Day. I'll talk about it. And I said, yeah, that is such a classic man thing to do. You should speak for me on Women's Day. Okay, so now there were a couple of takes on here. There was obviously tons of posts about it, but we're picking two that we want to talk about, and mainly because I have some things to say about it. So the first one is by Ashley Coghill, right?
It's Cognac. It's Coghill.
Enterprise AE at AppQs. Okay. If you identify as a woman, Women's History Month is a really great time to talk about how much money you make out loud to your friends. I know it's weird and uncomfy, but women are still underpaid compared to men, and the first step is naming it. And I sent this to you and I said, you know what would be a viral ass post is if I literally posted this month all my salaries from my first job up until now. What do you think of that?
Do it now.
Right now. Right this
now.
second on
Flex.
the show. On the show.
Flex.
Oh, you want me to list them?
Yeah, flex it right now.
Okay, are we going through like my LinkedIn profile, like all my jobs, and then go through what my
high school to now?
Okay, let's fucking do it. Let's go. Women power. You'll see how crazy underpaid I was, especially when I first
I'll tell you how much I made at the same exact time.
Oh shit. Let's do it. Okay, I'm only going to start with the US ones because these are like Thailand and we're not doing conversions and it's all different. Okay, so my first job in the US was working for an NBC TV station. I was a content producer there, so I was writing for their website overnights, making $25,000 gross pay. I was 21 years old.
So that was your first job?
That was my first job in the US.
Nice.
You?
My first job was, I think it was around the same amount. I think it was 22,000, but it was a sales job. So you got commission, but you know how good of a salesperson I was? Not
good. Okay.
Not good.
All right. Then I got promoted. This is my foray into now marketing. So I went upstairs to the marketing department because I didn't want to work overnights anymore. And this is my first foray into digital marketing. And I used to manage the website, put content on there, create ads, create campaigns, go with the AEs to explain to business owners why they needed a website. Okay. I was making
your sales engineer.
Yeah, basically solutions engineer. And I was making $32,000 with that job. So a nice bump from 25 for me.
Pretty good. No overnights.
No overnights. We're back to regular hours. And I had my weekends off, which was fantastic for me, a 22-year-old at the time, to get my weekends back. Okay. What about you?
I mean, at 22, I was working in restaurants, so not much.
Oh shit. Okay. This is not going well for me so far. This is
Well,
not going well
I'll-
for the narrative.
I'll
so
comp
far.
it. I'll comp it when you start doing like so not because it looks like the next one's advertising. I can't.
Yeah. So now I'm an AE.
Account exec.
Right. AE.
Well, all right. To be fair,
Yes.
my first like real job, like not like I was a PPC manager, was 32,000.
Okay. Okay. How old
So
were
outside
you?
of sales and all that, like
Okay.
at that time I was like 27, 26.
Okay. So I was an AE here. The way that AEs work for the station, we were 100% commission based.
Oh damn.
Yes. But the way that it worked is they would give me a set of accounts to manage, and that was kind of my base salary. And so my base salary was only like 25K ish, and then I had to go sell and make the rest. Was I good at it? Fucking hell no. So
They're just renewals.
but
right?
the first one was 25K in these accounts. So I don't get anything like renewals and stuff. It's like whatever they spend. My commission was like 10% for direct accounts, 5% for agency accounts, and then new business was 20% for the first year. That's how that worked. And so I think my first year I did 46K, and then the second year I did like 60K, and then I was up to almost like 65K in the third year. And that's when I met Nash. And then he's like, you are miserable doing this job. Why don't you look for a new job? And I'm like, wait, people aren't just loyal to their companies. I was there almost 5 years. Like I thought I was just going to be indebted to them forever because they hired the little immigrant girl. So I felt this like guilt leaving them.
Wow.
Seriously, I felt
They said
guilty
that?
leaving them. I felt guilty leaving them. They said nothing.
Oh.
No, they didn't
Oh.
care, but they thought that I was going to be a lifer basically. And I did too.
In news station sales, no like people think there's lifers there.
Well, one of my best friends that I met there, who was my maid of honor, still doing this job. She's still doing this job.
Does she know that switching jobs makes you more money?
Yes, but guess what? It is commission based, and she's very good at sales. So she was making very good money, and over the years has rivaled my salary. We were very open with each other on salaries, and we rivaled each other. There were many years she made way over 200K doing that same job that I sucked at. Okay. Next one, I went to Mercer, which was my first foray then into straight B2B, and it's B2B marketplace, insurance marketplace. Love that job. Best job I ever had. My starting salary was 70K the first year. And when I left, I was with, like raises, all of that stuff. It was 85K. But it was the easiest job I ever had. I was very happy. Remote. I was remote before anybody else was remote. It was great. No kids. So like I literally had so much. I used to work out at the gym for 2 hours in the morning. We worked Eastern time. They worked Central. So they weren't even online until 9 my time. It was great. It was great. So 85.
All right.
Very happy. Okay.
So now my comp. So my first B2B company was 70K.
Okay. So
there's my comp.
Equal.
And funny enough, the promotions were similar. So like my promotion was at 85K.
Okay. All right. Okay. So we're still on par. Pretty even here.
Par.
Okay. All right. My first head of digital job for Jobs Ohio, which is the only privatized economic development organization in the entire US. So all the other ones are state run. It is B2B. It is heavy B2B. It is B2B as in like one deal pays for us for like 10 years. Like we worked a deal, like we got Intel to come to Ohio, and it's like $3 billion. So like we're good. Yeah, so we're bringing like big companies to come HQ and build facilities in Ohio. That's like the whole thing. So it's hard. Attribution, not even a question there. No one's asking what the last touch is. They only care that we are getting widespread reach. Second easiest job I ever had. This is the first time at 27 I hit 100K base salary. Okay. These are not counting bonuses. So by the end of the first year, this is when bonuses started getting real. So first year, 10 grand, second year, 15 grand, things like that. By the time I left Jobs Ohio, I was like 120-ish. Okay. So how about you?
So at this point though, so my first company to B2B, I stayed with this company for 4 years. This is the company I was at before I went on my own.
Okay.
So 70K start, promotion was 85. The next promotion was 100K. And there's 2 more after that which will probably line up to what we're doing here.
Okay.
And then it'll kind of go into it. So like, I guess I can just say it. So 100K. And then my next bump was 150K.
Shit.
But let me be clear. I was going to leave, told them, they're like, all right, we'll bump you up to kind of way overmatch it. So I don't leave, essentially. So it's not like I
earned it.
Got a promotion. I mean, no, I fucking, I did some stuff for that company. But that bump, it's not like that would have been my promotion.
Okay, but that's when, and you told them no, and you went on your own, right?
No, that's when I stayed.
Oh, you did stay. Okay.
I did stay at 150K. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And then my next one was 160K. After that, just a promotion.
I feel like that's big bucks for agency, don't you think? 150K?
Yeah.
As not the top dog?
No, it's top dog.
Oh,
No, I'm not CEO at this. Like what?
Yeah,
No,
I know.
Not like I'm still like a director level. Like,
yeah.
Not even.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's better than I thought. Okay. All right. Next, here's where I was head of website. I left.
You job hopped hard.
What?
Life.
Why?
You got like 5 things on here.
I'm almost done.
This is a long ass resume.
I'm almost done. Literally, I'm done.
Oh my gosh, there's so many more over there.
No, 2 more. I'm done. Okay. So then finally venture into SaaS. And the reason that I jumped here is because I had a cushy job at Jobs Ohio. I had a $10 million budget. It was amazing. I couldn't even spend the money. It was like amazing. And I was happy with it, but I was commuting downtown. I had my daughter and I just couldn't like do the commute anymore. So I asked them to make me remote. They said no because we were so like the visibility with the governor. Like the governor of Ohio was always at our office, you know. So it's like visibility. Like people are wearing like Chanel in these offices, like insane. You know, skyscraper, very nice, very scenic. But once you have a kid, all that shit goes out the window. No one gives a crap. So I applied, got a job for Plex, which is manufacturing SaaS.
Plexiglass?
What?
Is it plexiglass?
No. It's just Plex Systems, which is now Rockwell Automations or whatever.
Oh,
so, yeah. So that was them. And so I went there, head of website, and I took a pay cut to be remote. I know.
Oh, remote.
So
right.
Yes. So I went from, 120 when I finished Jobs Ohio. And I think this one was 110 or 115, something like that. So I took a cut here after a year, laid off. Thank you. Vid time. Yep. So you know what's funny? You know what's funny is that I was hired here because I wanted to go remote. And guess what? 3 months later, COVID hits. And this company, Jobs Ohio, went fully remote and is still remote today. Still remote today. Yeah. I was pissed because you know what? As long as I stayed there, I would have probably been able to keep that job. Like layoffs weren't a thing to me before I entered SaaS. So I entered SaaS, immediately laid off. I'm not immediately, like a year later. It was like rocked my world. I was like, what? That can happen? Oh, it was insane. And me as a high performer, it was terrible, like for my mental health. Postpartum, all sorts of shit there. Okay. Yeah. Took a little break, applied. Actually, this one is through a network thing. I heard the CMO of Telium being interviewed on Dave G's podcast. So I knew of Telium because of that. And then when I saw that this job came on, like years later, like 3 years later, I went to her profile and saw that we had one mutual connection, which was one vendor that I worked with when I was at Plex. And like everyone treated her like shit, but I was the only one who treated her nicely. I messaged her. I said, hey, do you actually know the CMO at Telium? She didn't even respond to me. She just puts me in a group chat with her and says, if you don't hire tasks, like you're stupid, basically.
Oh, damn.
In 2 weeks, I was hired. I started at 165 at this job.
Wow.
Yeah. 165, 20% bonus, some shares, stocks, whatever. Great job, great package, all of that stuff. Was very happy for 2.5 years. Clearly, everyone else was like a year and a half. 2.5 years here, was going to be 3, but that's when I started writing on LinkedIn. Things got iffy, yada, yada. For the full story, go to the first episode of the Marketer's Exit podcast there. But I ended my time at Telium. Like I got my full bonus 2 years in a row because like I kicked ass. So I ended Telium like over 200, something like that. Yeah. So
Never even came close to that.
yeah, I ended it at that. So International Women's Day, how'd we do?
You beat me for most of it, I'd say.
Damn it. I need to do this with somebody else.
Well,
But okay,
that's
so
cheating.
now say okay, I'm just kidding. Now say I did a post on that. Do you think that would do well?
It would, because people love numbers, and
They love numbers.
Yeah, it would. People
It's such
love
a taboo
taking a side.
topic, you know? So
It is, but you already said it now, so it's like it's
Yeah.
already out there now in the
Yeah.
world.
I have put it in a comment on Matt
Doesn't-
Carnelli's post a while
Does
ago,
not
and it did
count.
well. No, the comment did well, so I should have just done a post.
Yeah, but you know.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Anyway, so that was the first day International Women's Day post, but there's a second one by Jillian Whitlow, and she said, "Why do we need International Women's Day, you ask? In ineffable words of Karen Kluse, Exhibit A, Your Honor." And then she tags this guy, Ryan Hansey, and she has screenshots of his post. So his post says, "In honor of International Women's Day, here's a fun fact about women. They made every single CEO, founder, billionaire, and LinkedIn thought leader out there." And then Jillian comments and says, she has clap, clap, clap emoji. And she says, "Sacrificed our bodies, minds, and sanity. Worth it though, gotta say." Here comes Naquib K, who says, "Men do this daily too. It's about being an adult. It's not exclusive to women." Like, does he know the post is about giving birth? I mean, just baffling.
AI comment, right? Has to be.
Right, AI comment.
It's the only explanation for why it's so off. Like it doesn't even like compute.
It's true. She said that she also then posted her response, and she said, "My reply for your consideration, Your Honor." And she said, "Thank you so much for demonstrating why this day exists in the first place. Appreciate your service. While I agree with you that men sacrifice in different ways for the sake of people they love, you cannot tell me you've experienced growing a human, birthing a human, breastfeeding, or the unique mental transformation of matrescence or PPD or PPA or the like." What a tone deaf comment.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like his comment is not
Has
even
to be
like
AI.
well, it's just not even like humanly possible. Like men can't
Yeah.
give birth. Like it's like a thing.
Yeah.
It's
Exactly.
called science.
It's called science.
I thought there was gonna be a post that not to try to get canceled. I thought there was gonna be a comment that said like, "But where's Men's International Day? Like when's that?"
Actually, there was a post about that. It's like,
I'm
when's
sure there
Men's
was, yeah.
Days? And then a woman commented and said, "You can have literally every other day."
Oh yeah, that was the thing.
Yeah,
I was gonna say like if I needed like some impressions, I think that'd be a good post.
yeah,
that.
great.
It'd be a good
Yeah,
post.
listen, we're trying to get viewers for the podcast. We're not, I like, who else am I gonna find for co-host? Actually, if you're willing to replace Tim if he ever gets canceled as co-host, please send me a message so that I actually have like a little bit of a backlog and insurance plan.
Just ask me first because you'll understand how it is to work with her.
It's amazing, by the way, right?
We'll see. Maybe, I don't know.
Wow.
Can't say it on here.
Wow. Okay, we
always
actually got this piece of news though last night via text, so I'm very, very excited. But you're covering.
This is exciting for you, this one?
I'm just excited when there's juicy news,
I mean, when I read it, I'm like, okay, juicy? What the juicy? I mean, I don't know if I would say that, but I guess because Grammarly is getting sued or there's a class action lawsuit. Just a side note, Grammarly is now they're acquired by Superhuman and they've actually renamed them.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Remember, we did a whole thing on it.
Yes.
Little tie back there, yeah?
Yeah, nice.
So I don't know why Wired is saying Grammarly. It should be Superhuman, right?
Because everybody knows it as Grammarly. You and I, when we did that segment, we were like, we're not going to stop calling it Grammarly. We're not calling it anything else. So
that's fair.
Yeah.
But essentially, what happened here is, so I don't use Grammarly that much, so maybe you have more insights on this because I think you're a little nerdy like that. But there's that expert review feature, I guess.
Yeah.
Again, I don't use Grammarly, so I don't know. But I guess there's like an expert review feature, and there was complaints that it was like being used without people's kind of knowledge. Like, so Neil deGrasse Tyson would be an expert, or like a number of different people that they mentioned would be experts on that, and those would be the AI kind of review of that content.
Yeah.
Or the thing that you wrote.
Yeah.
And I guess there was like it was alleged or eligible for a lawsuit. Funny enough, maybe they even knew this because they actually shut down that feature. What was it? I think it was So the superhuman CEO shut it down and apologized about the actual feature.
Oh,
They didn't like try to like they didn't even like try to go for it. They just were done with it. Doesn't matter.
Nice.
That's
Well,
probably a good idea. Like,
I'll applaud that though. Like that's the right way to handle it. Like, hey, we effed up, we're wrong, we're gonna kill that feature, whatever. Sometimes I feel like they get into this ego war thing, or they try to talk around an issue. Like remember with the Apollo thing, like putting out statements that say a lot without saying anything, the like true B2B way. But that is the appropriate way to handle that. So I will applaud them for how they handled that situation. That is correct. Now I wonder with a class action, they're still gonna have to pay up a little bit. I don't know. But it probably way cheaper than going to court over it.
Probably get settled.
Yeah.
But also in my expertise from watching SVU a bunch, I would say Grammarly is not even a thing anymore. So I would just be like, well, you got the wrong names. I don't even know what company.
Yeah, that's your petty ass would do that.
We're superhuman here. I don't know who you're talking about. So take yos.
You know what? You're right though. I do use Grammarly, but you didn't consider one thing.
Use superhuman.
But you didn't consider one thing. I don't pay for Grammarly. So I use the free
you probably
version.
Don't get an expert review.
I would have, I don't have the AI expert review. So I did not see that feature.
You're the expert review.
I'm the expert review. Thank you.
There you go.
Yeah. Sometimes Grammarly will suggest it and I'm like, no, that's dumb. I'm not doing that.
That's why I got rid of it. I tried it. I've tried it. It's too much. It's just lame. It's out.
Well, the free version won't like overdo it for you. So that's why you should use the free version.
Do you know how annoying it is for something to pop up all the time? Be like,
yeah.
You should do it like this. Fudge off. Like, I'll do it after. I don't need to do it right now. Like, can I get a second to do it without you popping on my face?
Can I get a second? Okay.
Like, let me write a little bit. Like, I'll fix it. Just give me a second.
Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. Next, I put out a post. I was on a walk and I got these LinkedIn notifications. Okay. And this LinkedIn notification was like, oh, like this company is requesting like your services or something like that. So I go to this and I have like a list, but they've blurred out like most of them. And there's like a couple of them that aren't blurred out. And it's like, you know, it tells you, okay, here's the company size. Here's what they're looking for, is like what type of service they're looking for, you know, these other things, whatever. And it says like respond now. And then obviously it's trying to sell you on like the premium feature and stuff to respond. And I was like, what is this thing? Because I will get a few of those weekly. So finally I'm like, is any of this even legit? Like, would that be worth it for me to pay to access, or am I just falling for marketing again? So I just put out a post on LinkedIn asking people if they ever use that service page functionality and if they ever get anything legitimate from that. And I got some interesting answers that I was like, I've been on this platform for 3 years and I didn't know some of this. So the reason I wanted to cover it today is to test your knowledge and see if you knew about this or it was just me being naive chump. You know what I mean? So I said, does anyone get legitimate inquiries, as the British would say, through the service requests on LinkedIn? And people say, this is some of the things I learned. Candace said, so part of the problem is that buyers submit a request on someone's page and LinkedIn, quote, helpfully sends the same request to several other similar profiles. This seriously annoys me, and it's one reason why both sides are so puzzled when you respond. They did not send the request to you. I was like, oh, wait, is this a real thing? And she goes, I know, I never once got a legit request. The whole process for submitting a request is also flawed. And then so that's why I removed my services page. So then it flagged in my head. I'm like, I have a services page? When did I do that? And I'm like, maybe when I first started a business, I was like, oh, you offer, you know, like you change your profile from like in-house, whatever. And it says, do you offer services? Yes, I do. And I just had a check mark that said digital marketing. So just created a services page for me. And so apparently through that, that's where I got all of this stuff. So then she said, so someone else said, I didn't start getting notifications for these until after I turned off premium. So that was also nothing. I was like, Wait, I didn't either until after premium. But then Dimitri says twice both worked. He says, but the quality of the leads were meh. I'm like, okay, well then, like, okay. But then Finn McKenty said, I got one legit one once and hundreds of BS ones. So I said, so is the one worth dealing with the 100 BS ones? And he just sent a gift that said no. And then, yeah, so it's just so crazy because people like there, some people are like, I don't even know how you would send a request like this.
That's what
And
I'm wondering about right now. I cannot. I'm on your page. I'm on your profile.
I deleted the service page. I took the services off.
Oh, you mother! All right,
But
checking out
it's
other
like,
people.
yeah, like how would you do that? People turned it off, whatever. So then I went down this rabbit hole of like trying to figure out how do I turn this thing off, because I'm like, so then it doesn't tell you like, oh, here's your services page. It's like, then I found it under, oh, the services you offer, and I just unchecked digital marketing and it just got rid of the page. I think I haven't gotten any requests since
So,
then, so maybe I
just
did
so I
that.
understand,
Okay, yeah.
this is a profile. This is your personal profile. It's not like the scroll
No,
company page.
no, it's just like a services page tied to my personal page. Did you know about this?
I think I remember hearing about it. I thought it was something that like but I actually thought it was more of a company page thing because you can do products and stuff like that for company pages.
Yeah, I think you can get stuff through a company page, but that's separate.
Okay. So I can't tell if I should be mad or happy because I've never gotten one.
Do you have a services tied to your personal profile?
I don't know. I don't think
Let's
so.
go.
Like I've never.
I don't think so. I don't think.
I also have the yellow premium. It's not like premium, but it's like yellow LinkedIn, whatever, the one below it.
No, you don't have it. It would probably show up like under your hero thing. It would have like, you have your highlights, and then I think it's under the highlights, or maybe under the top skills or something. Yeah, I have.
I can't. I'm looking on tons of other people, and I cannot find that option for anyone. Like I'm just going through everyone right now.
You're going through everyone.
I'm just going through anyone that says like more profiles for you after I go on a person profile. I'm just looking for ones that actually don't have the yellow or the blue next to it. I'm just looking for people that don't pay for it because it sounds like you don't have it's something that you don't. But why wouldn't they make you pay for it? It's weird.
I don't know. But anyway, that was the state of that. So if you didn't know about LinkedIn service pages, now you know what we know, which is also still not that much. So
yeah, I mean, I would
go.
imagine it's like getting a LinkedIn DM from company page where it's mostly just people trying to get a job, or like you just never, like no one ever responds to them. Maybe like one out of like a million are okay.
Yeah. All right. Next.
Moving on up. Okay, so this one was funny-ish. Not funny. I wouldn't say it's funny. But I know it's a good topic to bring up because it's true. So Brianna B says, when did you know you worked for a toxic company? Right answers only. Obviously, tons of people responded because you know how that is. Everyone works for a toxic company.
Like 192 comments on this.
Yes,
post.
exactly. It's literally exactly right. First one up here, Jay Will. When you put us all in a room, locked the door, and told us we could not come out until we had eaten one of our coworkers. That was a rough day, but we all got through it, of course, except for Doris. I think that's a Finding Nemo.
That was like, that's funny. No, Dory is the Finding Nemo.
Okay. Never mind. Well, we got some serious ones too that are,
Okay.
I want to say funny, but not. They're funny because it's sad. When I found out that my direct reports were told to agree to everything I wanted, but then go back to the owner and ruin it and run it by him, and then he'd tell me what they want them to do. I've been there.
Yeah, the old bypass.
Another one. When my former boss decided he couldn't say my full name, Madhumeeta, which is fair because I can't,
Madhumita,
or call
first
me
of all.
Meeta, and he decided to rename me Muhammad. Okay, well, I should have read the whole thing before saying it.
That's the kind of shit that you would do.
It's brutal.
Wow. Happy
brutal.
International Women's Day.
It's not, by the way. So every day isn't it?
Every day, especially this month. Just so you know.
Ooh, here's a good one.
You know. Okay.
The Kudos Slack channel that regularly rewarded after hours work. Biggest red flag was when a team was celebrated for staying to work on something during a company-wide mental health break.
Wow.
That one's brutal because everyone's been through that. No one else got anything good. No
Yeah,
other ones doing
totally.
it. I skimmed past this one, but Brianna Beach did say, I knew there would be a lot of NDA comments.
Yeah, that was funny. Okay.
What's yours?
Yeah, I was going to ask you. Now tell me yours. I want to know. So what's yours?
I feel like my old boss listens to this, so I don't want to.
Oh,
that could be
you
it.
think your old boss listens to this?
Might. I don't know.
We're not that famous. Although I do get messages sometimes when people are like, "Oh, you're so funny on Notorious B.B." I'm like, "Wow, I had no idea you even listened to that." So
Oh, everyone listens, by the way.
Everyone listens.
Yeah.
Then why aren't the numbers showing
Everybody
that? Where are the numbers, Tim? Where are the numbers?
Review, subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe, leave a review if you listen. Don't be shy. Don't be a lurker.
All right, one of my old bosses. This was one. It was a sales job, so it kind of makes more sense now. But I remember being like 5 minutes late, just felt like 5 minutes late.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, and I got like reamed out.
Really?
Like reamed, not like oh, this guy's late. No, like reamed out. Like they brought me to the office and like yelled at me.
Brought you to the office?
And now, to be fair, not to be fair, but to be clear, I was like 2 months into the fucking job. They reamed me out for being late.
Which company was this? So you're not gonna say.
It was the phone book.
The phone book. Okay, all right. So it was like a little bit earlier in your career. Things were still like very, it's like how we
went to the
do gentle
bathroom.
parenting now. Back then, like it was a little bit different state of the world. Right?
I went to the I wasn't even late. I went to the bathroom.
Oh. Okay, that's pretty bad. That is pretty bad. Let me see. I think that my toxic one, it isn't even ever really like the full company, right? It's always like the manager you worked with, right? That makes it a toxic company. The company could be great. Like all the companies I worked for mostly had like great benefits and great like things. It was always the manager that would make or break it. And for me, the one thing that came to mind was one of my former bosses. We were working on a big website redesign, and in the spirit of International Women's Day and Women's History Month, let me tell you something very important, which is there have been more women in my life in like a job that have tried to hold me back more than men ever did. Okay. And not to say like I'm a big like for the women and stuff, but this is something I noticed. This is something I talked to with a lot of other women about it, and that's why my group of friends and us women, like we truly try to like really support each other and things like that, because there's no room for that. So my old boss, one of my old bosses, has this huge chip on her shoulder. So what she would do is be extremely hard on the women on her team, but like be chill with the guys. And she would tell us, that's because I'm trying to make sure that you have thick skin and you deal with the bad stuff that the men bring to us and blah blah blah, the way they talk to us in the meetings, yada. And I'm like, in my head I remember thinking, well, the only person talking down to me in a meeting is you. It's not, none of the men have ever done this to me that we worked with at the time. And then she also like didn't finish school and stuff, so she really like climbed through the ranks with hard work and promotions and politicking and whatever else she did. But so this is obviously specific because there's only one manager I've ever had that has never completed her stuff, but she had this chip on her shoulder. So sometimes we'd get in a meeting and she'd argue with her peer, a guy who had his master's, and they'd argue about like an idea. We'd get off the call and she'd have a debrief with us, her team, and she'd be like he has a master's, so he thinks that his ideas are great and mine are shit. We're all sitting there like, I don't think it has anything to do with master's. The idea just wasn't that great or whatever, right? So it was just weird stuff like that, where she was very hot and very cold. She would also make us work weekends during this redesign, and she had a schedule. Like I had a young daughter at the time, obviously she wasn't even a year old, and so it was like Saturday, and she made me and my dev come on to like do this QA thing on Saturday. And we all had the meeting on the calendar at 3:00. Well, she wanted to QA it with us because she was like trying to micromanage the thing. And I tried to like call her. I texted her and I said, hey, are you coming? Are you coming? We've been sitting here for like 30 minutes. Do we wait? Do we try to schedule a different time? Like Nash is like, are you coming? Should we go do something with the baby? I'm like, I can't. I have to sit here. So she never responded. Finally, she calls in and she is hammered. And we're sitting there like, is she drunk right now? Like, what's happening? And she's like, yeah, everything looks great, whatever. And then on Monday, when we came back online, she was like, what the F is this? And blah, blah, blah. I'm like, bro, you are going through it. And maybe she had a lot of personal stuff happening, but it was crazy. Like there was a lot of hot and cold. And I was like, wow, this is just like really, really toxic and terrible. And so when the layoff happened, it was just kind of the cherry, on the cake here. So yeah, it was great. And then Telium was like total opposite, like very refreshing to be around, just normal people. And even my boss and I, we had like a really good relationship most of the time there up until I started writing on LinkedIn. So really, anyway, but yeah. Okay. So Tim, what's yours?
Okay. So this one's pretty bad. And it kind of goes into everything we were kind of just talking about, actually. So this is perfect. They're not on my LinkedIn profile, so no one's going to know what company it is, luckily. But there was a running joke. And when I say joke, it's not actually a joke, but it was like a very annoying, like bad thing, that if you went out on maternity leave, you would get fired. Because the track record of going out on maternity leave meant you would get fired a couple months or a month later when you come back. It was like clockwork.
That was just the pattern.
It was just the pattern. And when I was there, it was like, that was I don't want to say joke, but like that was the running joke before I got there. When I got there was like 11 people that did this and 11 got fired.
Whoa.
So like.
Wow.
Yeah, it was brutal.
Okay. That's a pretty bad one. Yeah. I had one boss tell me that when I was like, hey, I can't possibly work anymore. I was doing 60, 80 hours a week. And she's like, yeah, that's why I waited until my kids were a little bit older to pursue things in my career. And I was like, can you legally say that to me? Toxic. Okay. Moving on.
Closed one.
All right. We're going to rapid fire our closed one. We have a few this week. First one, Mel Mertz. Posting on LinkedIn is super cringe. Quote, you think you can embarrass me? When I was 13, I posted on Facebook at least once a day with middle school updates, ominous song lyrics, plus, quote, text the cell. This is my natural habitat. True. Went wild, 800 friggin' likes, 316 comments. Yeah, you know what sucks about Facebook is that it keeps sending me memories from like 13 years ago. And it's me writing like Italian love notes to my ex in Italian, like I freaking knew anything about it. And it's always like, oh, mi amore, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh my God, this is so embarrassing. I can't believe this is still out there. There was actually a point I tried to delete all of them.
Oh, really?
But there was so many things that I'd written on my own wall. You know, you could write on your own wall. Like there was so many things I was like, I will spend all of eternity doing this because I used to do it multiple times a day.
Yeah,
it was terrible. Yeah, so we are immune to the cringe, okay, for a fact. Okay, next up, this guy, Andrew Bolton, copywriter. During my last spell as a freelancer, I had the longest wait of my copywriting life for an invoice to be paid. In fact, I'd gotten so fed up waiting for anyone to even pretend they were trying to pay me. I created this invitation to a party celebrating my unpaid invoice's 20-week anniversary. But a day or so before I decided to send it, the money arrived, which I'll admit was a relief, but also slightly disappointing. Anyway, now that I no longer need it, I thought you might enjoy a peek at what might have been. Andrew, he has a screenshot of a birthday invite. It says, Andrew's inviting you to celebrate his unpaid invoice's 20-week anniversary. Games will include a special version of Blind Man's Bluff, where people he redacted the company name, all pretend they haven't seen my many, many emails. The buffet consists of 140 tiny, cold, rancid sausages, one for each day since the invoice was sent. RSVP, the theme is ghosting.
Oof. That's funny.
This is called putting your skills to good use. Okay. 2,000 reactions. Oh, wow.
That's Canva, right?
Won it.
For sure.
He won it.
Canva invite.
You think, the invite. You can make that on like e-invite or anything else.
That's probably
literally. Okay. Amanda Nielsen, partnerships at Box, posted, hey, you can change your Slack font to Comic Sans, by the way. No one will stop you. Cursing your feed on this fine Friday.
I hate that so much.
Oh my gosh. But look at the nostalgia that comes from this. This is giving like MSN Messenger vibes. Did you ever use MSN Messenger? Yes. That is who I would just wait for the little login of whoever was dating at the time and my friends and going in and out, in and out. Yes, away messages, status alerts. Beautiful. I kind of miss it. We should bring it back. Let's bring it back. Now we
Well,
just
that's
have
the thing,
Slack.
yeah, you have
It's the
Slack now.
worst. Yeah. Okay. Finn McKenty says, I saw Jesse Randall ask Claude how likely he was to get replaced, so I did the same, and it surprised me. It says I'm an immortal vampire destined to live forever and rule with an iron fist over a vast empire that stretches across oceans so vast that humans can scarcely fathom their magnitude. I will witness firsthand the moment that the sun sputters and goes dark, yada, 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 unless the Opus 4.7 update ships before then, in which case I'm cooked. And his screenshot is, based on everything you know about me, will AI replace my job in the next 12 months? And Opus 4.6 says, I've completed my analysis. Based on current AI growth trajectories, you will likely be replaced within 6 to 8 months. On a positive note, you will have significantly more free time to explore new hobbies. I would not recommend signing any long-term leases.
That's funny.
Told him that he's cooked. He's done. He done.
I
He
remember
gone.
seeing this. Someone else posted something like this too. And I did the prompt. And it was kind of lame because
And?
it said, no, you wouldn't, blah, blah. And it gave me all this like cool feedback. But I was like, that's lame. I wanted the other answer. Like, tell me the truth.
I'm gonna run that prompt. I want to
you're
know
replaceable,
whether
for sure. Not for the podcast, but for
great.
everything else.
Thank you. Not for podcast, but for landing pages. Okay. Nick Brokema, one of my faves. He says, important question. Do people on Facebook also say this isn't LinkedIn when posts are too professional? Yeah, but the trick here is that posts are never professional on Facebook. Ever.
That's not true.
Ever.
There's businesses.
You have people posting professional shit on
Not
Facebook.
me, but
Maybe like,
I mean, look.
this is how professional my Facebook gets. It's the moms, the MLM moms selling their freaking essential oils and their sourdough breads, and people ghosting me on Facebook Marketplace, or people maybe selling me insurance, financial advising, stuff like that. That's kind of the shit that
Well,
I get
what you
on
just
my
mentioned at the
Facebook.
end there is business stuff.
Yeah, that's as business as it gets, is what I'm saying. It's not like B2B SaaS. No one's posting like, there's no comment gating. So at least there's that.
So
That I know of.
I've gone down this rabbit hole because I'll scroll through like Instagram, and at least for Instagram, I'm actually very annoyed how many comment gates there are on that too. There's a lot of comment gating on Instagram.
On Instagram? Oh, yeah. Well, but okay. So with Instagram, the reason why it started on Instagram because Instagram doesn't allow you to put links in
or it's
the
they'll DM
post.
you basically. They'll say, I'll DM you. You just gotta comment. But there's also a lot of videos that start with, I just replaced my marketing team.
Oh, yes. I know.
I'm starting to not screenshot, but like record them so I can make a compilation and be like, all right, every social platform. It's not just LinkedIn. Like,
it's everywhere.
It's just
yeah.
video.
Someone just took it from Instagram, started on LinkedIn, and everyone went crazy. Okay. Ali Saylor, head of solutions at Vector. Ayo, sponsor shout out. That's not why she's featured, but she's featured because this is funny. She said, this has just gotten out of control. And it's a screenshot of her in a Zoom call with 4 fixer.ai note takers. And her face is like, WTF is going on, and that she's scared. 630 likes. Great job. Beautiful.
True.
Amazing.
Awesome.
Amazing job. In the same vein, we have George Terry, who writes about that same experience, and he says, me, joins a meeting. Notion, launch AI note taker. Me, no thanks. Google, hey, let Gemini take notes for this meeting. Me, I'm good. Fireflies has joined the call. Me, I did not invite you. Otter AI is requesting access. Me, no. Copilot is summarizing in real time. Me, please stop. Read AI sentiment analysis activated. Me, crying emoji. This is so true.
It is.
It's so
ridiculous.
true. And with that, we conclude.
That's it.
That's it.
Ooh, retention rate.
Retention rate.
All right, let's be honest. You probably didn't go to school for B2B marketing. I didn't. And that's exactly why we built Exit 5. It's now the top community for B2B marketers. You can learn more about our community and our in-person events over there at exit5.com, or at least join the newsletter. I read every message, and I promise that if you reply, I will reply back. See you over at exit5.com.
Hey, big shout out to Vector for sponsoring and for giving marketers one less thing to swear about, because nothing spikes your blood pressure like targeting that doesn't target. Am I right? Build audiences by name at vector.co. Your swear jar will thank you. I promise. Go check them out. Vector.co.